Hello, hello, and I have two decks here. I've been waiting to get a hold of these when I could. I ended up selling one of my other decks, the Tildwick Tarot. I just wasn't feeling it anymore, and it's now been reissued. I think I had the second edition, not the first. So I sold it and took that money and bought these two decks. Hexen had originally come out in 2012, and I thought it was just, I don't know, I just disregarded it. It's now worth quite a bit. This is the second edition. This is the 2025 edition. And with this one, there also came out Hexen 5.0, which is a separate deck. And I got them this week. So I thought I'd just open them and not really go into them, but just notice when I open them. See what I notice. So they're in hard boxes. Susan Treister is the artist, and technically the author. It's in metallic there, and it's metallic green over here, which is pretty cool. So this is Hexen 2.0 and the Hexen 5.0. Let me split this open. Sometimes plastic is easy. Oh, there we go. So it's a matte box. It says, this visionary cybernetic oracle offers a secret key to our technocultural world. Notice the word oracle, but it does say tarot here, so they may not be traditional matchups, one-to-one. Hexen 2.0 Tarot features 78 alchemical drawings that depict the interconnected histories of the computer and the internet, cybernetics and the counterculture, science fiction and scientific projections of the future, government and military research programs, social engineering, and ideas of the control society. These are presented alongside diverse philosophical, literary, and political responses to the advance of technology, including the claims of anarcho-primitivism, techno-Gaianism, and transhumanism. Transhumanism I'm somewhat familiar with. Techno-Gaianism, Gaia, Earth, anarcho-primitive, so anarchy and primitive, complex things. Through representing and re-examining these histories and subjects holistically within the alchemical framework, the Hexen 2.0 Tarot transports us into a hypnotic, mesmerizing space where a reader or a group of readers working collaborative can use the cards to imagine and discuss visions for alternate futures. And that's why I bought it and am interested in it, because a lot of work has been put into this, and I think it's a very interesting tarot to be examined. I guess the little white book is actually like a floppy poster style. Ooh. There's a little card band there. Okay, so smooth, larger cards. I see the Fool is there. Okay. So it's like a fold-out little white book with QR code. There we go. I will delve into that next. And then here is the newer one, Hexen 5.0, which just came out. This is should be the first edition. It says Hexen 5.0 23 to 2025. I bought these directly from Cosmogenesis website. Little white book. Let me get a oh wow. These amazing charts. There is a book. Damn, how many of these are there? There's 3 of them. Wow. and they're all double-sided. These are all done by Susan Treister, and it shows you from surveillance capitalism via new countercultures of refusal to Web 2.0, decentralized autonomous futures. Edward Snowden, 23. It's really an interesting, fascinating. Via the Golem, via deep learning to machine colonization of the multiverse. Redeployment of everyone to restore the planet. Models and theories of consciousness. Solar punk. Very cool. And these cards are huge. These are very big. There's the back of them. Yeah, these are massive. Looks like they're in some strange order. Chalices. The Devil. Hangman. Wow. Big deck. One of the larger decks I have. Wow. Because there's a ton of information on these. Really neat. Okay, so I'll put those back. And I just thought I'd just look at them and before I really open them up. Let's look at the back of this one. Using tarot, Suzanne Treister is re-enchanting our technologically mediated present. It makes the magical political and the political magical. Arriving at a moment when the planet itself hangs between collapse and renewal, Susan Treister's Hexen 5.0 emerges as a long-awaited sequel to her cult classic Hexen 2.0. Its 78 luminous alchemical drawings braid together terrestrial interplanetary technologies, synthetic genomes, and geoengineering schemes, corporate technocracies, and post-capitalist cooperatives, mass extinction, tipping points, and animist awakenings. Each card presents the possibility of novel convergences across established and emerging streams of thought, from Earth system science, spiritual ecology, and nexus thinking to techno-shamanism, solar punk, and speculative biopolitics. By reanimating medieval hermetic diagrams as a living atlas of present crises and nascent hopes, Hexen 5.0 opens a lucid liminal space where collaborative readings can interrogate unfolding techno-futures and envision regenerative pathways for life aboard Spaceship Earth and beyond. It says collection of diagrammatic posters, essay by Lars Bang Larsen, guide for group tarot readings. So this is its own little kit in itself, and yeah. So this is. I want to know why she chose to go bigger. Maybe because there's so much information there. I remember when Hexen came out, I thought, oh, what is this? It looks kind of silly, but as an artist, Treister has really approached it like it's almost an academic art project. Very smartly, very openly, and presented sort of options and the layout of things, incorporating current events, niche philosophies. It's so even here. So here's St. Francis of Assisi, spiritual ecology. So let's say the concept spiritual ecology. Agricultural spiritualism, and so she's diagrammed these. The field of spiritual ecology proposes a symbiotic relationship between world religions, spirituality, environmentalism, science, and academia. So we have these people. There's Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, Jane Goodall, John Muir, Satish Kumar, Rachel Carson, Henry David Thoreau, and it says there's even more people here. Patron saint of ecology, St. Francis, International Network of Engaged Buddhist, Alliance of Religious and Conservation. The Islamic Declaration of Global Climate Change, 2015. I mean, this is real stuff here, you know, not made up. So she's collecting these wonderful ideas that are out there and giving us this tool to look at and examine through the lens of tarot, through the multiple lenses of these concepts that are already out there, and she's created this synthesis for us to look at and examine. Notice, one thing I do notice is notice how black and silver, it's kind of, you know, kind of machine-like, very computer, you know, Hexen 2.0. And then here we have this green box with green foil, and it's like this is a progression. So we go from 2.0 to 5.0. So 2.0 is, here we have infowar, cyber war, net war, encryption, malware, swarming, networks, terrorist networks, hacktivists. So we have all these concepts here. And these seem somewhat dated, but they really aren't. These things are still out there. And then this one, notice ecology is present on the box. So it's really gone from a sort of a technology to more like a we have to share the planet and this is what's out there sort of feel. So I'm excited to delve into these. And I think Susan Treister is remarkable, especially with the lens, using the lens of tarot to kind of focus these things and have us talk about them is pretty exciting. So anyway, that's my first thoughts on these two decks. Thanks for watching.